Okay, guys, I'm going to do the reading for you today. We are picking up with, of course, we know that Sam's mother got killed in a car accident, and and she's getting ready to move in with Sal. Okay, and so hopefully we'll get past most of the depressing stuff. We're going to go through a lot of metaphor here today in the story, but just want to do a quick video so you guys can have this and the same thing that we've been doing. The first chapter is called River that we're going to do. I was lying in my bed thinking about things. I could hear the wind outside. Maggie was on loan to Sam. Not that there was really any lending going on. Maggie seemed to know that Sam was sad, so it was okay. Still, I missed Maggie. Then I got a text from Sam. The world has changed. Me. We'll make it through. Sam. Love you and your dad. You know that, right? Me. We love you back. Sam. I won't cry anymore. Me. Cry all you like. Sam. I didn't hate her. Me. I know. Sam. Slumber party? Me. Absolutely. I got out of bed, turned on the lamp, and put on my sweatpants. I took my sleeping bag out of the closet. Sam and Maggie came walking through the door. Sam threw herself on my bed. Maggie licked my face before jumping up on the bed. Let's listen to a song, Sally, she said. Okay, I said. What about Stay With Me? Sam Smith is gay. You do know that. You got something against gay people? And there we were, laughing again. What was it with this laughing thing? We were not supposed to be in a laughing mood, but there it was, Sam and me laughing. Whistling in the dark? Whistling in the dark. Give me a song, will you, Sally? What? I need a song. Give me one. I thought a moment. I got one, I said. It's called River. Who sings it? Emily Saenz. I like her. Me too, I said. I took out my laptop and found the song on YouTube. Sam turned off the light. We lay there in the dark listening to Emily Saenz's voice. And when the song ended, it seemed that the world had gone completely silent. Then I heard Sam's voice in the dark. So you'll be my river, Sally? She was crying again. Yeah, I said. I would do all the running for you. I would have sung her the whole song, but I have a not so good singing voice. And you'll move the mountains just for me? Yeah, I whispered. And then I was crying too. Not out of control crying, but crying. Soft, like it was coming from a place inside me that was quiet and soft too. That was better than the hard place inside me when I made a fist and wanted to make one. Maybe the river was made of our tears, mine and Sam's. Maybe the river was made of everybody's tears, everybody who ever lost anybody. All those tears. Next chapter is called Cigarettes. I woke early, my mind trying to catch up with everything that happened. Life had always been slow and easy, and all of a sudden I felt like I was living my life in a relay race and there was no one else to hand the baton to. I lay in bed repeating the names of my uncles and aunts. I had always done that when I was stressed. And all of a sudden I panicked. School! Oh shit, school! And then I realized it was Saturday. I'd missed a whole week of school. I wondered if my dad had called the school. Of course he had. I got up. Sam was fast asleep, and Maggie was looking at me like it was time for her to go outside and do her morning thing. Maggie. Her life was simple. I used to think mine was too. Maggie and I made our way to the kitchen. My dad was pouring himself a cup of coffee. I opened the back door to let Maggie out. She looked up at me, barked, wagged her tail, and ran out into the yard. Dogs are amazing. They know how to be happy. My dad took out another cup and poured a coffee for me. I grabbed it and took a sip. Dad made really good coffee. How'd you sleep? Good. Sam came over to my room and we had a slumber party. You stay up all night talking? Nah. I think she didn't want to be alone. She needed to sleep. Sleep is good, he said. You? Okay. I slept okay. He opened the drawer where he kept his cigarettes. He wasn't storing them in the freezer anymore. It's a little cold, he said. Want to grab me a coat? I went to the closet in the entry and put on a coat and grabbed one for Dad. He handed me his coffee and I held it as he put on his coat. Sometimes I wish we could sleep through all the bad stuff, I said as we sat down. You know, like the song, Wake Me Up, when it's over. It would be good to sleep until we woke up wise. I like that song, but it doesn't work that way, does it, Sally? Yeah, I know. I don't like death. I don't think anybody does. But it's something we have to live with. He took a drag from his cigarette and looked at me. The news isn't good about me, Ma. I nodded. She's coming home. There's not much we can do but keep her comfortable. She's going to die? Yeah, Salvi, I think we're going to lose her. I hate God. That's an easy thing to say. Let you in on a little secret, though, Salvi. Hating God is a lot of work. He doesn't need her. I do. He put out his cigarette and wrapped his arm around me. All your life I've tried to protect you from all the shit in the world, from all the bad things, but I can't protect you from this. I can't protect you, and I can't protect Sam. All I have is a shoulder, and that will have to do. When you were a little boy, I used to carry you. I miss those days sometimes, but those days are over. I can walk beside you, Salvi, but I can't carry you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I whispered, and then I got up. I'm gonna take a walk. Walking is good, Salvi. I was trying not to think about things as I walked, but it was hard to keep my mind blank. So I put my earphones on and listened to music. There was this guy I liked, a singer, Brendan James, and he had this song, Nothing for Granted. And I listened to it over and over and sang it with him so I wouldn't have to think about anything. But as I was walking back toward the house, the thought occurred to me that I'd like to get drunk. I'd never been drunk, and I thought it might help. If you got drunk, you didn't think about things, did you? I was thinking stupid thoughts and doing stupid math inside my head. I was going a little crazy. Next chapter is Sam moving in. Just as I reached the front porch, the cold rain started falling. Lena's car was parked in front of the house. I figured she'd come to visit Sam. I could smell the bacon when I walked inside. Lena and Sam were drinking coffee and talking. Maggie was sitting patiently, waiting for any crumb to come her way. It was warm in the kitchen and I felt safe. I kept studying Dad as he served everyone scrambled eggs and bacon. Sam and Lena were talking about heading over to Sam's house to go through Sylvia's belongings. You'll want to keep some things, Samantha. Sam seemed calm enough. Not normal, really, but she wasn't falling apart either. I really wanted to know what was going on, what was going through her head. No, that wasn't right. I wanted to know what was going through her heart. I heard my dad's voice as I chewed on my bacon. You're quiet over there. Yeah, I don't have many words living inside me today. Sam smiled. That's normal. Yeah, I said, normal. It was a good thing the spare bedroom was big, and it was an even better thing that it had a big closet. Dad and I cleared the closet of all the crap we'd put in there. Clothes we no longer wore, miscellaneous stuff that we never got around to getting rid of. Leftovers, Dad called them. There was always leftovers in people's lives. Dad said it was all going to St. Vincent de Paul, the Catholic version of Goodwill. Yep, Mima would approve of that. She was all about the Catholic thing. It took all evening to move Sam in. Too many shoes, I said, and too many blouses and skirts and pants and dresses and... Shut up, she said. My dad and I went to pick up the antique dresser that belonged to Sylvia. It had a big mirror attached to the back, and we set the whole thing in Sam's room. It was the only piece of furniture that she wanted. You can sit around all day and look at yourself, I said. Shut up, Sam said. We kind of joked around all evening. Everything was nice and orderly, as if nothing had happened. Sam was just moving in. No big deal. Life went on. And maybe that was good. Sylvia was dead and Mima was dying, but Sam and Dad and Lena and I were alive. And the only thing to do was to keep on living. So that's what we were doing. We were living. Or trying to. I was happy that Sam was going to live with us. Very happy. But Sam? Maybe she was a long way from happy. Well, hell. I was a long way from happy too. This chapter is called Behind. Thursday, a normal day back at school. At the end of the day, I met Sam at her locker, and some asshole walked by and gave her this really lecherous look. I flicked him the bird and stared him down. You're feisty today, Sam said. I don't like the way he looked at you. So you paying attention to assholes these days? Sorry, Sam. Things didn't used to bother you, but then she must have seen something written on my face. And you didn't used to beat yourself up either. Maybe I did, I said. Maybe I just hid it well. Aw, Sally. She leaned over and kissed my shoulder. Let's go home. Home. That's where Mima was. She'd come back home to Las Cruces. Sam and I were settling back into the school routine thing. We were behind, so we had a lot of homework. Stayed up late every night to catch up, and somehow homework helped us both. Sam was fiercely determined to keep up her GPA. She was a little bit crazy. No B's, she said, just A's. I'm good with B's, I said. Don't settle, she said. I'm not settling, I said. I just don't want to make myself crazy. I'm already fucking crazy. She flipped the page in the book that she was studying, and you're not far behind. Laugh out loud, I said. There was no use talking to her. I wish she'd go back to buying shoes or something. She was all over the map with those emotions of hers. Studying helped her focus, so I guess it was okay she was diving into the waters of homework. At least she knew how to swim there. And somehow she was all over the map, and somehow because she was all over the map, it helped me not be all over the map. That didn't make sense, but me and Sam, what we had, well, it had a logic all of its own. Dad had been working a lot, said he was behind. Yeah, behind. Everyone was behind. And it had been really cold, which wasn't normal for this time of year. What was up with the weather? No bueno. I watched Sam as she read. Her eyes were as sad as they were fierce. Dad was talking to Mima on his cell. He was wearing a look. I have a word for that look. Concerned. And I was wondering what kind of look was on my face. I didn't have a word for the day. And then the last chapter is other people's tragedies. Sam walked into the kitchen as I was having a cup of coffee. It's Saturday, she said. Yep. New phase. New phase? Pawn shops. Pawn shops? You already went through that phase. Yeah, well, sometimes phases boomerang back. Fun. History repeating itself. It's called recidivism. A word I taught you. A word you live. Shut up, Sally. I'm going to ignore your lack of enthusiasm. I won't interpret it as a lack of empathy for a person in my situation. Sam, sometimes you really are shamelessly manipulative. Let's just get to it, Sally. Dave's Loans on El Paso Street. That's our destination. The one with Elvis standing in front? The very one. Why back to pawn shops? Because I've tried to impress upon you in the past there's a sad story behind every item that's for sale in pawn shops. Impress upon me, I said. How could I forget? So we're into sad. No, even worse. We're into voyeurism, looking in on making up other people's tragedies, or looking in on or making up other people's tragedies. Great. Sounds good to me. That's because you're weird. Fantastically weird. I'm fantastically everything, she said, and she shot me a fake smile. Humor me. Then she texted me. I reached for my phone and gave her one of those looks. I read her text. I'm grieving. You can deny me nothing. I texted her back. You need a therapist. She read the text and smiled, then put her phone down, turned to me and said, no, she said, I need other people's tragedies. And so that's our reading for today. Go ahead and do your reading response, and then I will see you guys on Monday. Okay? And so you guys have a good weekend.